Hey, it's Saturday. Soulful Saturday Conversations. We are here. Let me just invite my beautiful guest on today. Her name is Vanya, but here on IG, she is known as Cherished Life Wellness. My request to, hey Tamika, I see you, girl. You joined. Welcome, welcome. So good to see you. Let me wave at you. I'm getting better on my IG lives. so so I get to navigate how to use this tool better. So welcome. It is Saturday at 4 p.m. As always, we go live here for Saturday Soulful Conversations or Soulful Saturday Conversations. I actually think I'm thinking about just making it Soulful Saturdays, right? Because there are many things in the world of Saturdays that I am have planned. As you know, these conversations are a result of Soulful Saturday, Lord, Soulful September Saturdays, which we launched in the fall. And now, it says she's unable to join. And as a continuum of I'm going to try it again, as a continuum of Soulful September Saturdays, we have launched these conversations, and they have been just really blessing my soul. I will tell you, it has been, yeah, it's been a blessing. And every Saturday, interestingly enough, hey, Vanya,
Hi.
I'm just chatting away as I await your arrival. So I'm so glad to see you.
Yes, you know what? I turned off my notifications and then I was like, wait a minute. I might miss it. So yeah.
Good. Yeah, you know what? That's a good thing. It's interesting you say that because I do not have notifications on my social media as well, and that's with intention.
Yes.
I turn them off. And hello, D Love Fitness, welcome for joining, and thank you for joining us. And it's intentional because the notifications can become overwhelming. I know for me, it's just one more way that I kind of protect my energy.
Yes.
I figure when I want to get on social media, I will.
Yes.
And I've actually, surprisingly enough, hey Heather, bring the heat. Um,
Turn
Yes,
this
I see
on.
people joining. Hello, hello. Let me wave as people join. I'm getting better about this
Yeah.
technology, by the way. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I realized I looked at my insights and I was pleased to know that on average a day, I only spend 42 minutes a day on social media, on Instagram, on
That's wonderful.
Instagram.
Okay.
And I
That's
was like,
wonderful. So
I
you
know. I was like, okay, well, I'm doing something good, and I'm going to keep doing that. And I do believe that not having those notifications on is a part of that.
it
So,
is. Yeah.
yes,
It
thank
helps.
you. Yes,
Yeah, it helps,
it
like you
helps
said, to protect your energy.
protect
Mm-hmm.
the energy. And I do want to say that, yes, Heather, thank you for the hand clap. For anyone who's listening, one of the things that I am doing with intention now as we move forward into the new year, and I thought, you know what, I want people who, like you, guests I call uncut gems in my community, to come on and share some of your self-care tips. Since we jumped right into it, I didn't even get to intro you, but we're gonna backtrack and do that. Hey, Jerry, is that welcome, Jerry. Thank you for joining. One of my self-care tips is to turn off social media notifications.
Yeah.
So, tip number one. So, we're going to go through some self-care today. Now, before we even jump there, because I feel like I'm like, just jump right in. I want to just say thank you so much for joining me, for taking time out of your day. I recognize that time is precious for all of us. I respect time. I respect your time, my time. And so I appreciate you. That's the first thing I want to say.
Yeah, thank
Um,
you.
yes, for those who don't know who you are, I just want to share with the world that you are my sister friend, whom I love so dearly, Vanya Francis, Vanya Camille Francis, right?
Yes, yes.
See, I do my research, girl. I do my research.
I see.
So, so Vanya Camille, I'm like blocking text messages. But and we have been friends for a number of years. We met through the yoga space. I remember when I first came to your physical studio space many years ago.
Yes.
By way of background, you are a yoga professional, a yoga educator.
Yes.
I like to say we are more than teachers, we are educators, we are professionals, right?
Indeed.
So yeah, so I remember coming to Cherish Life Wellness feel like moons ago, when you had your physical space, and it was just such a beautiful space. I did a training there with you and Dr. Gail, and
I was thinking about that actually just earlier today. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That was our first, and I was like, man, I just was I admired the fact. I was like, I want to say you were the first Black woman that I physically met that had a yoga studio. Like you were trailblazing, girl. You were trailblazing. Just know that.
Yeah.
Put that on your educator hat. You are definitely.
I will.
Yes.
Go ahead and add that.
Yes, because those were back in the early days, and you owned a studio, and so I know that physical space no longer exists. However, you still are moving in the space of yoga, among other things. So that is what I will share. I want you to just share a little bit about, how you would like the world to get to know you, other than through me, right? So these conversations are like my gift to others, because we have these conversations, and I want people to say, hey, these are the types of conversations I have with my friends. So this is my friend. She's here, and I want you to, yes. So yes, D-Love Fitness, right? Oh. So Vanya, yes, go ahead and take it away. Tell us who you are.
So thank you so much. I adore you, Kamiko. I refer to you as my tea mentor in addition to my sister friend. Yes. We have many connections, many threads. But with regard to Cherish Life, it has evolved over the years, and now the focus is really offering compassionate care and holistic wellness for women and for mothers to be. And so, as you know, my specialty right now is prenatal yoga and postnatal yoga. So in addition to being a yoga educator, I'm also a doula, a holistic birth doula. I'm a holistic health coach, and then I'm also the maker of Cherish Tea, which is an herbal organic iced tea for women and for mothers, really designed to support women through periods, pregnancy, postpartum, and beyond.
Okay, so pause. Wait a minute. You said I am, one more time, run down all the things you said. And you said my specialty is, right? Did you get to play on that word, right?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead. One more time. You are a yoga educator specifically specializing in pre and postnatal care. Yes.
And a holistic birth doula. Yes. And a holistic health coach.
Yes. And maker of a fantastic tea.
Cherish Tea.
But that's just what you do professionally. Wait, you didn't even name all the professionals, because you wear another professional hat that I know, and you are mama to two beautiful humans.
I am, which has really served as the inspiration for everything that I do. So I have two beautiful children. I have a 13-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son, and they really help to ground me and also keep me going. So, and they are my compass really for, how I'm doing, and also how I choose to share my gifts and share what I'm doing with the world. So they really are my priority. And then I try to work in everything else around them. And I know you know what it is to be a mompreneur, right? Yeah.
I love that. I love that you said that, they inform your work, and it's them, and then everything else revolves around them. But just another testament of people are like, what? You do what and what and what, and what, like all these things, and still manage to show up and be beautiful and smile, and then on top of that, right, we have all of the outside world. As you
Yeah,
know, here we are in the Atlanta, Georgia area. So, Georgia made history this past week.
we
So
did.
we made history this past week. And so I wanna one of the things that I am keenly aware of is what is going on around me. Now, how, we initially talked about protecting our energy. That doesn't mean I step into everything that's going on around me, but I definitely have an awareness of what is happening.
Sure.
And welcome if you're just joining us. Thank you for joining. My name is
Mhm.
Kamika. This is Vanya, and we are having a soulful conversation today here on this Saturday. So, given that the events of the past week and the historical nature of what took place here in Georgia, and
Mhm.
also just what we witnessed as people, not only people of color, Black people, people around the world witnessed this atrocity that happened at the Capitol on Wednesday. I'm just curious to know how you are protecting your energy during
Mhm.
this very volatile time. I mean, that, we can take it back to, the summer, the Black Lives Matter protests,
Mhm.
everything that has transpired. And now we're, once again, we're continuing on down this path, seeing sort of the covers of racism pulled back
Yeah.
more and more, right?
Mhm.
So share with people, if you will, how you are protecting your energy during this particular time.
Yeah. So there are two things that come to mind, particularly when you talked about the Black Lives Matter movement and everything that went down this summer. And that was actually a
Mhm,
really quiet period for me. And you had
mhm.
mentioned taking time away from social media. And I
Yes.
shut it down for 3 months this summer. So June, July,
Mm,
and August, I was completely off of social media. Because
yes.
I remember being so emotionally overwhelmed with
Mhm,
everything that was transpiring, and also having in the middle of the pandemic, right? And having
mhm,
two small children, and we were all in the house together.
mhm,
So I did only what I knew that I could do really at that time was to just go in and to
mhm,
begin to create space, for myself and for my children. And then also establish like small sustainable practices, like things that I knew I really couldn't fail at, but things that I knew
mhm,
that would feed me and help to bolster my energy and bolster my well-being.
mhm.
And I've been thinking a lot about that here in the new year too, when we get really
Yeah.
excited about resolutions, intentions, whatever you want to call it. But really, I feel like that started for me probably last summer, about 6 months ago, where
Yeah.
I was having to make a decision about my own well being and how I wanted to move forward, because I really had kind of neglected myself in a lot of ways with parenting
Mhm.
from home, working from home, schooling from home. Everything was happening at home, right?
Right.
And so what I do now for myself is, well, offer myself a lot of grace, but then also
Yeah.
I've just decided to commit to small practices like 5 or 10 minutes a day. So right now it's a 5 minute meditation. It
Mhm,
might be 10 minutes of mindful movement. So whatever that
mhm,
is, there are
mhm.
plenty of apps out here. There are a couple that are my favorites now. So I'll do like 10 minutes of movement and 10 minutes of yoga, and that might be it. And I mean, I'm somebody who has really embraced wellness and yoga and all of that for years, but I have literally boiled it down to, can we do like 10-minute increments? And it does count. I feel
Yeah.
so much better. And
Yes.
if I were to reflect back over the last 6 months, I'm actually moving towards the goals that I had set for myself, but in a very
Mhm.
sustainable, compassionate way. So that's
Mhm.
really, how I've been doing it. And then, and it's easy for me to plug in 5 minutes and 10 minutes, in the middle of caring for my children and making sure, my daughter gets the dance practice and my son gets the daycare and
Mhm.
all of that. So that's what I've been doing. And then staying connected with my sister friends and
Yeah.
community, even if it's like
Yeah.
just checking in via phone, via FaceTime. Because even though we are somewhat isolated during this time, that connection has been and still is so important. So we have to
Yes.
find creative ways to stay
To
connected.
connect.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say, and I would love to say that, we do, you and I do
Yes.
practice that personally, right? So
Yeah.
it's that connection that you mentioned, and I do believe wholeheartedly, I 100% agree with you with those small changes or small actions, result in big changes over time, right? It's
Yeah.
small steps. It's just like walking. Like if you're walking to the corner, you don't just like take one step and you're at the corner. You
Yeah.
have to take multiple steps to get to the corner, right? So
Yes.
but I love that what you shared about, just 5 minutes and 10 minutes, and that is really wonderful. So again, this is why I think one of the many reasons why we vibe so easily is because, just even it's so interesting that you say that, because much like you, I'm just like, okay, I start my day. It's like, okay, I got 10 minutes,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna get my 10 minutes though for
Yes.
me first, right?
Yeah.
It's like fill up the tank first. And that and
Yes.
that speaks directly to that self-care that we talk about so much, that we coach our clients on. It's like
Yes.
you cannot care for anyone else if you don't take care of yourself. It's like you have to walk that walk,
Yes.
right? In order to share that or talk the talk to someone else. So I,
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
And it
mean,
shows.
yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, and somebody asked me the other day, what is a cherished life to you? And I
Mm,
thought it's having these sustainable, very accessible practices that, that feed us. First,
mhm.
as women and as mothers who are, because we're the pillars of our communities, be it our
Yes.
families, the larger communities, our workplace, whatever it may be. And
Yes.
so, when I cherish something, it's something that I deeply care for, deeply care about, but that
Mhm.
really has to begin with me. And
Yes.
so, and it's a long term, it's a lifelong thing. It's a
Yes.
lifetime, it's a cherished life. It's not just
Yes.
because if I'm trying to maintain 60 minutes twice a day, I mean, we may make it a week doing that,
That's not real. That's not realistic, though, right? Like that's
Yeah.
just not the reality of how life goes. So, yes, I saw a certified fly gave you a hand clap on that, because that is definitely a true statement. So, just shifting a little bit, tell us more about cherished tea, right? Because you mentioned,
Yes.
what is a cherished life, but how about, because your brand,
Yeah.
right, is cherished, right? That word
Yes.
cherished. So you hold that very sacred, and it permeates throughout all the different modalities or arms or branches, if you will, of your professional work. So tell us more about Cherish Tea. What's that
Yes,
about?
I'd love to.
Yeah.
So, Cherish Tea was birthed during my second pregnancy with my son, which was 4 years ago now. And I could not take prenatal yoga vitamins, they did not agree with me. So, at
Mm.
the recommendation of my midwife, I started steeping a combination of herbs, and that eventually grew. So, as a health coach, I'm always interested in finding ways to make things not just accessible, but like appealing to
Hmm.
a larger audience and as many
Hmm.
people as possible. And so I
Hmm.
started playing with different flavorings, and then for me as a health coach, like the sweetener is important because I want it to be palatable and delicious for anyone who
Hmm.
drinks it. And so now today, Cherish Tea is a combination of 6 organic herbs, and it's flavored with hibiscus, elderberries, blueberries, raspberries, currants, and raisins,
Oh,
and
that
it's
sounds good.
lightly sweetened
Wow.
with monk fruit sweetener, which is a 0 calorie, zero sugar sweetener. That was really important
Yeah.
to me, to
Yeah.
have a sugarless drink. And it's really
Hmm.
great for everybody, I've
Mm.
discovered, right? So you don't have to be pregnant to drink it. You don't even have to be a woman to drink it, but
Oh,
really the
that's
herb,
excellent.
yeah, the herbs in it,
Yes.
because my 4-year-old son drinks it. His father drinks it, and I know a lot of moms and women who say their husbands, their partners take their tea and drink their tea.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
the benefits really are for everybody, and I kind of outline that on the website. But the benefits are particularly helpful for women at all phases of the reproductive cycle. So for
Hmm.
young women, for our youth who are just starting to menstruate, It's very helpful for them in terms of assisting with any of the premenstrual syndromes that are sometimes associated but don't have to be associated with cycling. And then, certainly for pregnant women, the primary herb in it is red raspberry leaf, which is great for toning the uterus in preparation for birth. And then, but there are tons of other herbs in it that are great for overall well-being, reducing inflammation, improving intestinal flora. And then things like the hibiscus and the elderberries are great immune boosters during this time. And so they're chock full of vitamin C and all sorts of great things that help boost the immune system. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, so I want to tell you that D Love Fitness says Cherish Tea is simply amazing. She said Cherish Tea is simply. So there you go. There you have a testimony.
Is she is like the #1 supporter. So
thank you, D-Love. Yes, amazing. Giving you some love and stuff. Yes, this is beautiful. And then we have a question from one of our listeners here. It's Southern Cultured. I have a niece, she says, who just found out she's pregnant. Please let me know how I can send her Cherish Tea in Tampa, Florida. She's having a difficult pregnancy history. So she asked the question, and hello and welcome and thank you for joining. If you're just joining, we're talking with Vanya Francis, owner, founder of Cherish Life Wellness, and we were just talking about her Cherish Tea. And so please, that was going to be one of my questions. So thank you for asking that, Jerry. I know it's Southern Cultured myself. And that's Jerry there. So she wants to know how to get the product to her niece. And this is for anybody. So I love the fact that you said it's more than just for women, although women, it's primarily beneficial for women, but it does not exclude men or other, children or others from drinking it. But we know that it is specifically supporting women in their no matter where they are in their reproductive cycle and beyond, right? Just as a woman. So please share how to acquire. Where are you sold? How can people get it? What's going on? Let us know what's happening.
Yeah. So if you visit cherishtea.com, you can order there. One of our 2021 goals is to figure out this shipping for the tea. So but if you reach out to me via the website, my email is vanya@mycherishlife.com. Maybe we'll be able to drop that somewhere eventually.
I'm gonna put this in here. Cherished teas.
Yeah, Cherish Tea. Just no S. Cherish Tea.
No S. Cherished. Okay, gotcha. CherishedTea.com. I'm typing it in here. I'm working on my, once again, as I said in the beginning, I'm working on my my technical acumen here, how to do things.
Yes.
Right. So I'm like, okay, so now that I got this comment here, I'm trying to pin the comment. I'm just going to post it here. So I posted it. I hope people can see that. CherishedTea.com.
Yeah.
So you can see how to get Vanya's tea. So go ahead, Vanya. And also she's here, right? You're here on social media. So now that you know who she is, and she is tagged in this post as well. So you'll see, you can reach out to her here on Instagram. You also, what is your preferred method, Vanya? Because if you don't prefer that people reach you here, do you prefer that they email you? What's the preferred method?
Yeah, so I think via the website or email is probably the best way to get in touch with me. Sometimes I miss the DMs. So if you'll email me or reach out to me via the website, that's a great way to get in touch with me. My email is just my first name, Vanya, at mycherishedlife.com. So,
and then cherishedtea.com, you can also reach you via that website, right? Like they can just contact you there. Okay, so that's good. I know. And plus, even if you just Google, Vanya Francis, Atlanta, Georgia, people will find Cherish Tea. Very
so
good.
We're really working on the shipping. One of the things that I'll say about the product is that it's a living product, so it has to be refrigerated, and that's a good thing because we want all those good living enzymes and nutrients. That's what we want. So it has to be refrigerated, and we're working on a cost-effective way to be sure that we can ship it
Yes.
nationwide, and that is one of our
Yes.
2021 goals. However,
Yes.
I've decided I want to open it up to people who are willing to work with us and trust us and kind of help us do some trial runs with that, because that's definitely
Yay.
one of our 2021 goals.
Okay, so maybe
Yeah.
get on, and hello and welcome, Max. I see you joining us. Hello, my dear. So good to see you. Happy New Year, and to everyone who joined us. So if you want to be a test, right? Work with Vanya to be a beta
Yes.
tester. Let
Yes.
her know, right?
Yes.
Like get some product, test it out, y'all. But definitely visit cherishtea.com and make the connection. And get the tea for your loved ones, for yourself, for any young lady, young woman in your life who might be cycling, new to the cycle of womanhood, who might be in pre or postnatal state in terms of her life, or whatever. I mean, it's just good. So just get it anyway. And if you haven't tried it, give it a try. I mean, we I love that. I want also people to know, beta tested here.
Right.
You guys beta tested it.
And the product has been tested, but the shipping is what we're working on. So
right.
The product
That's
is tried and true, but we want to make sure it gets to you in a good state. So that's what we're working on.
Well, she's local. Your current person raising hand saying beta tester here is local. So it would be good. Yeah, to just test it out and see.
We got you.
Yeah. There you go. So you got an opportunity to have a baby. I love that. So what I was going to say is that I love that we operate in the same space.
Yes.
And I love how you and I have personally gotten to be supportive of one another, of each other, in terms of we are so equally yoked.
Yes.
It amazes me. And sometimes when I think about it, I'm like, man, I think Vanya is like the closest, just in terms of the yoga space, in terms of the tea. I'm in the kombucha space. The wellness, the tea, the different facets of our business are so. It just amazes me. So I love that, and I feel tremendously blessed to have just such a knowledgeable and supportive person in my tribe, in my camp, we say, just like in my community. And that's what this is all about, right? Like, we are building community, and we continue to wrap arms around each other and support and uphold one another. And I want people to know, who are listening to this, to say that surround yourself with people who match your energy or elevate your energy, right?
Absolutely.
That these conversations, anybody that comes on here that I personally speak to, they either are we are matching each other, or they are elevating me, or I'm like, it's an exchange, this reciprocal of this reciprocating energy, which I so love. And I just want to say that it just gives me this is a self-care action for me. Right? Like this is like self-care, because I learn from you. We exchange just different dialogue, just different tips, just saying, hey sis, you doing great. Just like, girl, you doing it. And that's encouraging, right? So that helps to uplift you and support you and help you to keep going, and know that other people are watching and saying, hey, you're being an example. So I think you are a fantastic example of what it means to support a sister. I just want to give you that. That
thank you. Well, the feeling is mutual, and certainly, I absolutely feel the same way about you. I'm so grateful for you and our friendship, our partnership, our sisterhood, and the way we support each other. And I had a good friend say to me one time, and I've really held fast to this, is that you are an average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You may have heard that too. And I think, and I try to impart that to my children and just anyone. I also teach yoga at Spelman. And so oftentimes I'll mention that to my students, because that's another part of protecting your energy. Back to your original question. And so, actively choosing who you allow in your life and into your space and into your circle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. And did you just hear yourself kind of casually drop, yeah, I also teach yoga at Spelman. Wait, in case the people don't know, Stacey Abrams came out of Spelman, right?
Oh,
so like you're in grand
and I
company.
do too. I'm an alumna. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying but you see how you're so humble. You like, I just kind of teach yoga. I'm like, girl. Okay, yes, that's like thing number 5 or 6 on the list.
Oh.
I think that's so beautiful, Vanya. So I'm gonna ask you, because this is a thing that now, as I continue on in the right. She said, didn't she? Yes, she did. Stacey Abrams came out. So you got Spelman alum sitting right up here, like royalty, right?
Yeah.
Sitting here. And she also teaches yoga at Spelman, right here, y'all. So this is something, as I was saying, that as I continue on my path and as I continue with these conversations, I want to ask you to share with me an affirmation, right? Let's leave the people with something. We talked about self-care, protecting your energy. I love that you shared, small bits, small actions over time lead to big changes. Yes, D-Love, she is so humble. Yes, and we do, that's one of the qualities I love so much about Vanya, just her humbleness about how she moves in the world.
Oh, y'all gonna make me cry.
Yeah, okay. Cry on, girl. Tears of healing. We love it. But it's true. It's true. So I want you to receive that in the spirit of which is given, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just to, let you know, yes, you are very, very humble, and that speaks volumes to your character and who you are. So and we're getting ready to wrap up, and we have people just joining. So thank you, and please go back and listen to the replay, and you'll catch all the gems that Vanya has shared with us today. But leave us, we talk, self-care, but I also want to affirm, right? Like affirmations, what is, or what, by way of affirmation, what is an affirmation you would leave us with today that would help us to continue on, to just leave this conversation with something in heart and mind?
Yes. Okay. So the affirmation that I would like to offer today, one that I work with a lot, is my pace is perfect and I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. My pace.
Say it one more time. Girl, say it again.
My pace is perfect. I am exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Girl, I received that. Okay, I affirm that. I'm going to repeat that. So y'all who are listening to this, repeat that to yourself. My pace is perfect. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Ashe. Namaste.
Namaste.
Amen. Right? That's the mic drop. I don't need to say nothing else.
Yes.
I love it. Thank you, Vanya. That was so beautiful. Wow. Enough said, people. That's it. There you go. That's Vanya. So if you don't know her, please go jump over on her page, check her out, go follow, check out her website, cherishT.com, Cherish Life Wellness. She's here on IG. I want to thank you, Vanya. I appreciate you. I love you so much. We'll just keep on doing the darn thing. Yes, that is the affirmation. That's it. You don't just go with that. My pace is perfect. Okay. All right, sis. Love you so much.
I love you too. Thank you.
Okay. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, sis. Peace and blessings.